A user on Reddit recently asked the community this question: What do you wish you'd known sooner in life? Now, people are really taking off on this seriously, and they've opened up. For example, some users admitted they wish that they had been better with their money, while others shared stories about how they wish they'd known to appreciate their loved ones while they were still around. So, ladies, knowing what you know now, is there anything you wish you'd learned sooner? Well, not everybody at once.
No, I'm thinking about this question because, you know, when you get to your 40s, I'm almost there, you just really have so much to reflect upon. And for me, if I'm really honest, knowing what I know now about who I married, I wouldn't have married him.
Oh, Jeannie.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't mean to get that serious, but I'm just saying this out there because it's just crazy. You hear all the time that money can change people. Well, divorce can really change people. And it's just so weird because the one thing that he would always say back then is like, you really truly don't know a person until they don't get what they want. But I never thought he would be the one to prove that to me, you know?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Jeannie.
So, yeah, it's just hard because,
It's okay. Take your time. You know, this is the thing about marriage and love. You did make a mistake. You know, I think nothing is done by mistake. It's life lessons. And the thing is, okay, I don't want to... If it's not right for you, get out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nothing's wrong with getting out of it.
yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't think it's for me. I'm not speaking for you. I'm
Of
saying
course.
for me, it's not a regret.
Yeah, no. Well, it wouldn't have been for me. You know, honestly, you know, you guys have heard me. You've seen him, and I've talked about him all the way. Like, I loved him all the way, even past our divorce. I really did. But then when somebody shows you who they are, you just are like, did I know the real you, or is this the real you? And so it's just really hard. We're not talking about a couple years, you know, we're talking about 10 years.
I'm sorry, Jeannie.
So
I
it's
feel
just...
like we sit up here sometimes and we like forget that Jeannie's going through a divorce because you're so strong and you like smile and laugh through everything. And then I see you now, and even in the last few days, I'm like, yo, how are you handling this?
Yeah.
And it's very rare that because you're that way, we don't ask, are you okay?
And you guys have been
Yeah,
there for me. Just so you know, you ladies have been so there for me, just inviting me things to Adrian, honestly.
Yeah, but-
like, checking in on me, always knocking on my door and just spending time with me. That means
But
so
divorce
much.
is such a personal thing. You never know, like, is it okay to ask? Is it okay to be like, even simple things like things you've learned from that.
Yeah.
What would you tell a woman that's either going through that or things to look out for? I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's a whole nother thing. I think one thing for anybody who has gone through divorce or anybody who has left somebody and you look back, when they tell you, I think Oprah actually said it, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, I think it came from Maya Angelou through Oprah, yeah.
Yes, that, and you do see red flags. And I recently actually just talked about this on Instagram. When it's so much easier to make excuses for the bad circumstance that you're in or the bad situation. Oh, it's just right now, or he's going through something, or it's just a phase we're going through. But at the end of the day, your intuition, your gut, and who you really want to be will always be there to nudge you and move you. And until you move it, it won't change.
That's right.
So it's just, that question hits me hard, and I don't mean to go that,
No,
you know,
but that's so helpful, and and I'm not being funny, you guys. We sit up here, this girl is not the girl that's like, oh, woe is me, I'm so sad. Like, never, ever, ever. And you hold so much inside you that I think when you do ask questions like this, I hope it moves somebody that's watching this to say to themselves, what could I, what do I wish I had known? And maybe it'll move them to share with somebody else what they could have known better. Because you just shared something with people that might change their lives, that might make them say, oh, I did see that red flag, or I'm not the only one going through it.
Yeah, that's so true.
But the thing that I'm happy about with you is that you made your decision. Life is so precious, y'all. You know, and it's too precious to waste
short.
it if it's not with the right person. If you're not feeling something, you know, it's never too late to make a change. You know?
Yeah, but it is so true that if the person you decide not to be with them, and if the reaction is negative, it's almost a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Absolutely.
If someone acts not in a very nice way when you tell them you don't want to be with them, did you really want to be with them to begin with? Because that's bad character that you're seeing in that person.
That's true, and
like that exists in them.
And that you didn't spend one day further moving in that direction that you're
Yes.
seing now. And that is the saving grace for sure.
Yeah.
And I really do. I have to tell you, obviously a part of our lives are on social media and in
Right.
public. And you, Real Fam, everybody out there who really knows who I am and what we're about, and just, you know me, and I love you for that. Thank you for holding it down. Thank you for just being positive through this all, you know?
We're gonna get through it.
yeah.
And, you know, we are here for you. You know,
Always.
When we say, like, just to answer the question, you know, I look back at some of my relationships and wonder,
Really?
why didn't I get out of it sooner?
Really?
Why was I still, you know, because I was afraid I would. And then I finally realized there are other fish in the sea. You just got to keep fishing. You know, it's like, I was like, you know, because I'm getting, I mean, and you can do everything for them, financially, sexually, you know, whatever. You know, you be there emotionally, and it's just, sometimes you just have to take a beat back. And so, to answer the question, why didn't I do it sooner, or what would I would say most of my relationships. You know?
Really?
Really?
Most of my
No way,
relationships.
Lonnie.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
thought I was the only one who thought that. I felt like
it's
a
a million
fool.
of us out here who have had a relationship.
Yeah, it's
For
crazy.
sure.
It's like, girl, but at the time, the D was good, or the, I don't know, he had some money.
And we
you know,
make excuses.
You know.
As women, we make excuses
So
just
many.
because we
But
think
I'm
that...
saying that because I don't want you to feel like you're being foolish. You've not been
not
a fool at all, girl.
At
You
all.
are making progress, and we keep on moving. That's what we're
Yeah,
going to do.
at all.
What about you,
Yes.
Adrienne?
I had a list of really dumb things now that I'm looking at it. But, like, well, okay, I wrote that I wish that I knew that love the way it is for me now existed.
Oh,
but now
wow.
even hearing you talk, I'm like, I wish I knew back when I said yes to my first engagement that the ring wasn't gonna make me feel like what I had gone through made me feel like I won.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
When you've been in a relationship with somebody for a long time, and I've spoken about it, like I wasn't like paraded on social media, or like I didn't get the love or the attention or the affection that I thought I deserved, even though by that time we both knew it was over, I felt like the ring made me feel like what I had, the years I put into it, at least I had something to show for it. I got asked, and that was enough for me. Do you know what I mean?
You felt like that ring was enough to blanket everything, all the other havoc that you had been through.
That you were ignoring.
but at least he wanted to marry me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I
like
know it,
some
yes.
people will ask, well, then why did you say yes? And if I'm honest, I had a girlfriend at the time that told me, just say yes and think about it later. I
Wow.
probably should not have taken that advice.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, I deserve this.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, like I deserve to be able to say, well,
I earned this after what I went through.
Yeah, I don't get, now looking back, I think that's so bizarre how, again, we do make excuses of like what's okay, what's not okay. Well, at least if I'm getting played, but I got a ring, like, wait, what? Like,
Right.
And I think a lot of people don't know that I actually went to Paris very intentionally because I knew I was so unhappy and I didn't know what I was gonna do or how I was gonna deal with what I wanted to move forward in my life doing. And I sat in Paris by my damn self. I didn't wanna hear other people's voices. Sometimes you just gotta escape and silence the other voices. I don't wanna hear what my family has to say.
Yeah.
I don't wanna hear what he had to say.
You have to literally get out of the country
Yo,
sometimes.
I left the
Why
country.
do you think I spent all summer in Europe? That's
Yes.
so true.
And I literally was by myself in a country I had never really spent time in. I didn't even speak the language. I would get on the train every day by myself with my little Metro pass in Paris. And I would cry on the train listening to worship me like, God, just guide me. Like, tell me what I'm supposed to do because I knew I had made the wrong decision.
It's the weirdest thing, but sometimes you find yourself when you get lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If I knew then what I know now.
And you know, I think, well, what would you ladies say? Because everybody can't afford to, you know, run out the country.
No.
I mean, I'm just being
That's
real.
true.
So, you know, what do
There
you
are
do?
some study abroad programs, people that are, you know.
But everybody can't, you
No,
know.
that is true.
So what do you say to a woman that is going through it and she needs to just get away? I mean,
Sometimes it's okay to say, I need time
time
alone.
away.
I need
Yeah.
time. And that you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I mean, if we're honest, we would sit on this thing and keeping it real, they'd be like, well, when you get married, you've been with the man for 6 years. When you get married, and I'm like, yo, you don't know what people go through. So, one, to the people that are not in the relationship, just be there to listen sometimes, but at the same time, don't push people in a direction that maybe they shouldn't be going yet.
Right.
I'm trying to think what I to answer. What was the original question? We kind
If you knew then what you know now.
What would you do different?
Okay, mine is not based on relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it kind of is. It's the relationship with myself.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Where's the tissue?
Yo, it sounds like a surface question. I had dumb things written down.
No,
But
I'm
it's
not
so
gonna
much
cry.
deeper.
I'm not going to cry because well, if I cry, I cry, whatever.
We just heard your conversation in your head.
Go ahead, say it.
For me, accept the fact that I'm different, okay? I think everybody is different in their own kind of way.
Yes.
For me, I was a very wise, well, kind of like an old soul.
Yeah, always.
Ever since I was like 8. I received Christ in my life at 8. So I grew up in my teenage years, preteen years, young adult years. I was very, very by the book. And I naturally was and I am a kind person now. Growing up, going through school, having those attributes, I was picked on a lot, you guys. People would say, oh, you think you're better than me. Yo, I was just doing what I wanted to do. Yeah. I never judged other people. This was who God made me to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And I naturally am a kind, oh, Jesus, the ugly cry. What is happening here?
Therapy session on the
Therapy
radio.
session. You started it, Jeannie. Thank you very much.
I'm going through divorce. I gotta do something.
Can we just fast forward and say, what would you tell yourself now that you know what you know now?
Accept your differences.
Yeah.
Your differences later are going to be the things that stand out, and those are the things that are going to be inspirational to people.
Yeah.
I am so happy I didn't change who I am. I grew up questioning it, like, why am I this way? I don't understand. But I am proud to be the person that I am today, and now I stand in that with strength.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I think that's
beautiful.
amazing, and I think your differences are amazing. And it's so crazy how you would think somebody would think you're better than them because you choose to do what's right for you.
Yeah, and that's
like,
them only really mirroring what they're insecure about
sure.
and what
Yeah.
they feel
Yeah.
held back on because they're seeing so much fruit in your joy.
Yeah.
This has
So
been a
crazy.
very enlightening
But
discussion.
Lonnie, what's yours? Okay.
Yes,
Julie.
yes.
Mine's been
Same.
relationships. I'm just like,
No, but that's real.
I will
Yeah.
say, though, what you had said earlier, and I think what I see you do on a daily basis, is really at the end of the day, quieting out the noise. If
Yes.
it takes you going away to another place to find where people don't speak your language, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, going to just yourself, because ladies especially, there is a beautiful sound that is whispering sweet, loving poems to you. And it is your voice and your inner spirit. And whether it's for me working out, starting a book club, listening to what she has to say, she's in there and you are her. And get to know her and feel her and hug her because she's been waiting for you.
Yes.
She's there.
And how you can distinguish the right voice is that inner voice actually is very loving.
Yes.
That true voice of who you are
Yeah.
is not going to be the one that's condescending,
Nope.
critical.
That's the devil.
Yes. It's
Well.
the loving, powerful, strong voice.
Tell
with
it like it is,
That's
okay?
so true.